And now it's a best of 5. Steve Dangle here, and this is another episode of Cupcheck, talking about the 2020 Stanley Cup Final. And in this one, the Tampa Bay Lightning win 3-2 over the Dallas Stars, tying the SCF at 1 apiece. It was very interesting to see the narrative, Tampa picking up right where they left off just because they outshot Dallas 22-2 in the third period of Game 1. Not at all. To me, that was Tampa playing completely differently. I wouldn't hold the 2 shots against the Dallas Stars. By the way, only one of those shots was on a goalie, the other was into an empty net. But the strategy there was pretty obvious. Park the bus. Out of the 22 shots the Lightning got, how many were truly dangerous? But one of the things Tampa did poorly in Game 1 bit Dallas in Game 2. They spent way too much time in the box. In fact, I didn't think the Stars actually looked that bad until they took the first 3 penalties of the game. Matthias Janmark with a high stick on Nikita Kucherov, that one got killed off. And Kucherov getting wrecked into the end boards, destroyed by Jamie Benn, sneaky grease. Kucherov would go off for a little bit, and I was shocked that he came back, frankly. Or it's the Stanley Cup Final, maybe I shouldn't be. But if you cheer for the Tampa Bay Lightning, thank goodness he did, because the penalty parade continued, and he was key on the power play. Joe Pavelski tripping on Anthony Cirelli, another guy who was down for a bit. It was brutal. Gotta be weird for the Tampa Bay Lightning listening to all these rumors about when the next season might start. Oh, maybe December, maybe January, maybe March. All the Lightning with ice packs like, March! Can we pick March? You cannot. Anyway, the power play. On the power play, Alex Killorn in the corner, which the Lightning did a lot of last game. As soon as Andre Palat sends it to Victor Hedman at the point, Killorn crashes the net. Nikita Kucherov gets it, feeds it to Braden Point in the bumper slot. Look at this. The placement is a thing of beauty. Bang! Braden Point puts it in on the power play. It is a 1-0 Tampa lead, their first lead of the Stanley Cup Final. And as Rick Bowness tries to rally the troops, come on guys, let's do this, Jamie Alexiak decides, actually this isn't hard enough, and he takes a holding penalty on Tyler Johnson. The Stars' 3rd penalty of the game already, Tampa back on the power play. And this was even better. And I actually liked what the Stars were doing on this power play. They were super aggressive, not giving Tampa much time to play, but the bolts were clicking. And it was just one fake too many. Victor Hedman gets the puck at the point, fakes the shot. But look at this, I just said how mobile the Stars were. The fake shot gets half of the penalty killers on the ice to stop. And everyone's admiring the Nikita Kucherov pass, which is disgusting. The slap pass to Andre Palat. And he doesn't have a ton of space to make the pass, but what makes it easier is, look at that, there's 2 guys standing completely still. So yes, amazing play from Nikita Kucherov to set everything up, for sure, but Victor Hedman starts the whole process. And actually, I love Palat's shot and reaction on this because the pass from Kucherov was so good that Palat, bobbles it. The shot is not good. He puts it close enough to dead center that Hudobin was this close to making what could have been the save of the playoffs, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's 2-0 Bolts. And now with under 5 minutes to go in the first period, this time at 5-on-5, Kiviranta with the puck in his own zone, bobbles it. Anthony Cirelli capitalizes. The knee looks okay. He steals it to start everything off. He battles to get the puck back behind the net. Cirelli great on this play. Couple passes. It finds its way back to Kevin Shattenkirk at the point. He puts it on. That one goes in the net, and it's 3-0 Tampa. And as we all know, if Tampa Bay has a 3-0 lead in the first period, it's an automatic win. All the Lightning fans that was years ago! Okay, if I get daily tweets about something that happened in 2013, you have to deal with something that happened last year! Anyway, puck goes off at Esa Lindell's knee to beat Anton Hudobin. I gotta give Rick Bowness credit for not pulling Anton Hudobin in this situation, because what would be the point, really? Is the fact that the Lightning were up 3-0 Anton Hudobin's fault? I don't think so. Did he look like he was struggling in net? I don't think so at all. 3-0 that early in a game, you see a lot of coaches just kind of pull the chute. Whereas Rick Bowness is like, we're the Dallas Stars. I think we might be fine. And man, he was close. It also doesn't help that Kevin Shattenkirk's shot there made it 10-2 in the shot department. Tampa has the 3-0 lead. Tampa has more goals than Dallas has shots. Pulling Anton Hudobin just would have been a wake-up call for the rest of the team. I don't think it would have been the right move, so good for Rick Bowness. But then, turns out there's still 40 minutes to play, to which Dallas Stars fans say, at least 40 minutes! This game's not over. Heck, as a Leafs fan, I saw that score and I'm like, this game is going just the way Dallas wanted. Doesn't Tampa know what they're doing? The 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs are where 3-0 leads go to die, and the Tampa Bay Lightning are just throwing a pool party in the middle of a graveyard while the Dallas Stars are lurking behind them going, "Brrr." And after a first period where the Lightning outshot the Stars 14-6, it was actually worse than that. Like I mentioned, it was 10-2 at the time of the 3-0 lead. The Stars flipped the script. But the Stars do start off the second frame making the same mistakes they made in the first, making the same mistakes Tampa made played in Game 1, taking a penalty right at the beginning of the second period. Blake Como going to the box for interfering with Alex Killorn. Jason Dickinson, though, bailing his team out by sending Nikita Kucherov to the box with the trip. I believe that's Dickinson's third drawn penalty in 5 periods? Actually, I think his first one was in the second period last game, so 4 periods. We've all got a stat that we like a little too much, and mine's penalty differential. Good job, Jason. And that would start a nasty little trend. Kucherov to the box, shortened penalty, killed. But like immediately after, Yanni Gourde with a cross-check on Jamie Alexiak. You know how bad a cross-check has to be to get called in the Stanley Cup final? And they kill that, but at this point they're playing with fire. Andre Palat slashing on Joe Pavelski. You done messed up. 4 or 5 seconds into the power play, I don't even know if you can call it a set play. It's just John Klingberg getting the puck at the point and flinging it on, hoping for the best. And often, when you get Joe Pavelski in front of the net, you get the best. Tips it in, his 10th of the playoffs. And the Dallas Stars, guess what? They're in this game. Shouldn't have taken 3 straight penalties. Shortly after, this is what the Dallas Stars do. They just drag you into the muck. Maroon goes to the box for goalie interference. There's 4 roughing calls. Hedman, Paquette, Perry, and Klingberg. And for Corey Perry, the penalty box isn't even a punishment. He's having a jacuzzi installed tomorrow. And even though probably the biggest hit after that was McDonough on Como, blown up. But the Dallas Stars are helping to make this an angrier, more physical affair. That benefits them, not the Lightning. And what happens when you spend the entire period in the box? You get outshot 18-5, just like the Lightning did in that one. But third period, boop. Refs swallow their whistles, and I think this is something to watch for going forward. The first 2 games of the Boston-St. Louis series in last year's Stanley Cup final, full of penalties. Then Craig Berube complained about it, and the penalties went down to the benefit of the St. Louis Blues, who somehow outdirtied the Bruins. And people talked about how it was gamesmanship from Berube and the Blues, which is probably true, but the natural progression is the penalties will go down and down and down the further we get into the Stanley Cup final. And after a penalty-filled first and second, now it's the third. Come on now. 4 goals so far, 3 of them have been on the power play. That's just not going to continue. And early in the third, the Stars draw to within 1 on just Tampa had another breakdown. Also, last video I talked about the Alexiak goal and how that was a defensive breakdown from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Well, it was icing. Well, no, it wasn't. Listen, if it's a non-reviewable play, it's not icing unless the ref says it's icing. I'll agree that it should have been called and the Tampa Bay Lightning got jobbed in that sense, but you don't get pity points because you stopped playing. You play to the whistle or the goal horn. And the Stars' second goal in this game was Tampa just letting off the gas a little bit. Alex Radulov has the puck and he's standing straddling the Lightning blue line, standing dead still. Mess of a line change at the Tampa Bay bench. 2 Stars teammates go, "Hey Alex, privyet, как dela?" Klingberg's got the puck now all the time in the world. This looks like a drill. This looks like shinny. Giving Matthias Janmark a tap-in for his first goal since pre-COVID. Can I say that? Pre-trade deadline doesn't drive the point home enough. Remember when your life was normal? That was the last time Janmark scored. All right, let's continue. The Stars are within 1. But don't worry, Tampa Bay Lightning fans. Mikhail Sergachev scores to make it 4-2. You thought. So, I want to get your opinion on this, and Lightning fans and Stars fans, I feel like you might be a little biased. I'm conflicted, because so often the offside review is not the spirit of the rule. The spirit of the rule, like we're usually talking about a fraction of a millimeter dictating whether an NHL goal was scored or not, when the rule was put in place because Matt Duchene was offside by 10 or 15 feet, and it got missed somehow. This one was not a fraction of a millimeter. This was very clearly offside. It was very obviously missed. However, how long did Tampa have the puck? How long did the play continue? How many passes were made? Plays were made? Battles ensued? Like one day we're going to see a delayed penalty. It's going to be like a 6-on-5, maybe even a 6-on-4. A team is going to hold on to the puck for like a full 2 minutes. And they're going to have to call that back and replay the whole thing because they're going to review an offside that got missed from 2 minutes ago. Basically, should an offside review expire after a while? My instinct is to say yes. However, you know what's going to happen where one day we're going to review it and it's going to take forever to review it because it's going to be by a fraction of an inch. And then we're going to have to, let's say the rule is 30 seconds. Then we're going to have to review whether or not it was 30 seconds, and it'll come down to the 10th of a second. And you know what's much easier than having to do all that nonsense? Was it or wasn't it offside? This one was offside. No goal. Final play of the game, the Stars win the key face-off in Tampa zone. Klingberg fans on the shot, but you can't really blame him because honestly, after the Janmark goal, the Stars didn't really get close. In Game 1, score effects were a huge issue. In the second period of this game, score effects were a huge issue. Tampa outshot the Stars 12-5 in the third period. So you can look at the fact that Tampa had the 3-0 lead and only won 3-2 and go, they won, but only just. That's just not how I look at it, based on how dangerous the Stars were, or rather weren't, in the third. So I gotta know, after 2 games, and it's tied at 1 game apiece, who do you think is gonna win this thing? Because Tampa, that power play's been hurting, and then they finally got it clicking in time for the penalties to evaporate. It's gonna be like every Stanley Cup final. It's gonna be a slog in the slush, 5-on-5, hooking, slashing, they basically don't exist. Let me know in the comment box down below. And that is it for this edition of Cupcheck. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. It's now a best of 5. Hey, that's how I started the video.